the rest of my introduction. So I sold one home in my first 6 months, everybody. I was crushing it, right? One of the things you'll learn about me is I'm pretty sarcastic. So that's sarcasm. Uh, Real estate became a full-time gig for me 6 months in. I listed one house prior to that. And in the next 6 months, I sold 60 houses. So I went from one property sold in the first 6 months to 60 in the next 6 months. And that's not because I did anything great. It's because I had to. And that's what I want you to hear. If you have a big enough reason, you can do anything. And at the time, my son was 5 years old. My daughter was 6 months old. I had bills to pay, and I had no other choice. I sat down with the team leader that I was working with. I said, "This is how much money I want to make." He said, "This is how many homes you need to sell." I said, "Okay, let's go." And in the next 6 months, sold 60 houses. Went on to sell an average of over 100 homes a year. Listed an average of 12 to 15 homes every month. Never worked with a buyer, so don't ask me buyer questions. I've never written a contract. I've only done two things at a really high level. That's lead generation and take seller listings. So if you want to talk lead generation strategy and you want to talk how to get more seller listings, then that's a good conversation for us to have. All right, today I want to talk to you about scripts for success in real estate. I've written a couple books. Scripts for Success in Real Estate is the title of the first one. And the second book is Rainmaker. You can find them on Amazon. I think Scripts for Success in Real Estate may be out of print, and I am working on republishing that book. So if it's not available, I don't know, maybe search Google for a copy that somebody wants to sell. They have, I don't know. And I'm going to start with this. It's natural to not like scripts. So if you don't like scripts, and when you heard that I'm going to talk to you today about scripts for success in real estate, and you thought, oh gosh, really? Can I jump off and nobody will notice? Don't worry about it. It's natural to not like scripts. There's a difference, though, between scripts that work and scripts that don't. And there's another common belief among real estate agents, not everyone, but most, that all scripts sound alike. Now, I would say that you're right. They do sound alike. However, there are differences, and those differences make a major difference in the results that you're going to get. In 1 second, I'm going to change my view. Those differences will make a major difference in the results that you're going to get. It's kind of like putting two cars side by side, and one is $30,000 and the other one is a $300,000 car. And at first glance, they look alike. They're both cars. However, there are differences. There are things, there are additions, there's features, there's benefits that the $300,000 car has that makes it worth $300,000. Well, there are scripts that are worth $30,000 a year in income, and there are scripts that are worth $300,000 a year in income. The goal is to get to yes. And I can see you guys writing notes, and I love that. And if you haven't written this down yet, please write it down. The goal is to get to yes. Make sure that when you're having a conversation with someone, you know what the goal is. Stephen Covey in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People teaches us to begin with the end in mind. Well, the end in mind in these conversations is to get an appointment. Or if you're on a listing appointment, you're sitting at the kitchen table, the goal is to get the listing. Keep that in mind, because when you're having conversations with people, you want to be focused on what the end goal is. Make sure we are having conversations that lead to yes. Please write that down. Now, here's the challenge. There's a wrong way and there's a right way to do this. The wrong way is to negative frame the conversation. So you're taking the conversation and you're putting it in a negative frame. And I'll give you a couple of examples. One of the examples is, sorry to bug you. You're negative framing the conversation. You see, you're starting the conversation as if you are going to get the result that you don't want. You're starting the conversation as if you're going to get the result that you don't want. You're assuming you're going to hear no, so you're leading with sorry to bug you. Negative framing, another example would be you're probably not interested in relisting your home. Call an expired listing. Hey, Maria, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company, and you're probably not interested in relisting your home. But yeah, that's negative framing. Don't negative frame conversations. You're going to get the result that you don't want. Another example of negative framing is, I know you're sick and tired. I know you're sick and tired of getting calls like this. I know you're sick and tired of people calling you. You're selling your home by owner. You don't want to list your home. And I know you're sick and tired of getting these calls. Maybe they're not, but now they are. They're thinking, well, maybe I should be sick and tired. I wasn't, but now I am. It's negative framing the conversation. So there's something else that you want to eliminate from your vocabulary. Another one is, I know you're not going to like to hear this. I know you're not going to like to hear this. So I'll give you a couple of examples of where you might be using this. When you're negotiating an offer for a seller and the seller says that we're listing the property for $750 and the seller says, I won't sell for less than $740. That's it. That's my bottom line. I don't want any lowball offers. So I call Michelle and I say, hey, Michelle, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate. Nope, don't need to do that. She hired me. She knows who I am. Hey, Michelle, John Dietz, calling because you've got an offer on your home and I know you're not going to like this. Well, what kind of response do you think I'm going to get to presenting that offer? Of course, she's not going to like it. I've seen real estate agents do this, at a much worse level. Hey, Maria, John Dietz. Oh my gosh, you're going to be mad at me. Sorry, but I've got an offer and you're not going to like it, but I have to present all offers. So here goes. Yeah, what's the chances that you're going to get that offer negotiated versus, hey, Mitchell, John Dietz, I've got great news. Mitchell says, what? I said, we have an offer on your home. And he says, how much? And I say, $750. And his response is, that's not great news. That's a horrible offer. My response would be, Mitchell, it's better than the offer we got yesterday. Mitchell says, we didn't have an offer yesterday. And my response to that is exactly, and that's why it's better. Now, I see you laughing. That's the right response. And you're going to wonder, you're going to ask, John, do you really use that? 100% yes. Now, I want to finish this conversation. It's a bunny trail because it really has nothing to do with today's conversation. However, here's where I would go with this conversation. I would say, Maria, so we have three choices. You can either reject the offer. By the way, I'm fine if you do that. And the reason I'm saying I'm fine if you do that is because I want Maria to know I'm not attached to the outcome. I am not going to encourage Maria to accept an offer just so I can get a commission check. Maria, one of the choices you have is you can reject the offer. And by the way, I'm fine if you want to do that. The second choice is to accept the offer. And then the third would be to make a counteroffer. Which of those three do you want to choose? And I'm going to encourage her to make a counteroffer. I'm going to ask her, what does a counteroffer look like that would be agreeable to you? And she says, I want $770. Got it. So I'm going to call the buyer's agent. Hey, buyer's agent, John Dietz, I've got great news. Buyer's agent says, what? I respond with, we got a counteroffer. All right, you got the point. Moving on. Another negative frame script that you want to stop using is, would you be offended? Would you be offended if I asked for your phone number? Would you be offended if I emailed you a market update on your neighborhood? Would you be offended if I asked for the opportunity to meet with you? It's a negative frame question. I want you to ask questions as if you expect to hear yes. Remember, focus on yes. So, Maria, I've got this awesome market update that I want to send you to keep you up to date with what's going on in your neighborhood. What's the best email address to send that to? Maria, based on our conversation today, I believe that I can help you sell your home for the most money in the least amount of time. Would tomorrow at 4 o'clock work for you, or would 5 be better? Much better than, would you be offended if I asked for the opportunity to meet with you? Well, yeah, I would be. So Don't negative frame your questions. All right, the right way. 2 key points. Number 1, repeat and affirm. So when that seller says, I'm sick and tired of getting these calls, I want you to respond with, yeah, I get it. You're sick and tired of getting these calls. Makes sense. You got a lot of real estate agents that are calling you, and most of them just want to relist your home. Now, here's the visual I want you to get. You and I are playing tennis, and I'm on one side of the net, you're on the other side of the net. We're competing with one another. And what I'm doing is I'm actually physically moving from one side of the net to the other side of the net. So Mitchell, you and I are no longer competing with one another. I'm now side by side with you, and we're teaming up. We're partners. It's you and I against all the other real estate agents. And Mitchell, I get it. And you're getting lots of real estate agents calling you. You're sick and tired of that. I understand. However, just curious, if your home sold, where are you moving to? If your home would have sold, where were you moving? Now, what I want to do is I want to get to their motivation. I want the conversation to be about their motivation, not me getting a listing. Now, Mitchell says, I was going to move to Tampa or wherever, Phoenix. Pick someplace out west, John. Phoenix. Got it. What's in Phoenix? Mitchell responds, my family is there. Cool. And if I were able to bring you an offer this week, full price offer, you're asking $800,000, I bring you an $800,000 offer that would help you get to Phoenix, would you want me to bring you that offer? Remember, I want to hear yes. Go for yes. I'm not going to ask, do you want to relist your home? We can have that conversation when I'm at your home, maybe. I'm not going to ask anything that is focusing on what I want. I'm going to focus on what Mitchell wants. So Mitchell, you want to move to Phoenix? What's in Phoenix? My family's there. Got it. And are you still interested in getting back to Phoenix to be with your family? And if I had an offer on your home today that enabled you to move back to Phoenix and be with your family, would you want me to bring you the offer? All right. All right, I want to share, hold on a second. All right, quick question. Somebody take yourself off mute. Oh, Kay has her hand up in the air. Cool. Kay, put her hand down.
Those were clapping hands, but
oh, I was going to say, I've never seen somebody's hand raise and it moves around. That's a new feature. So I'm a tech genius.
Wow.
That's sarcasm. I just got an oh wow from Michelle. That's hilarious. Thank you, Michelle. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, so now that I got you talking, here's a question. Does a seller want to relist their home?
Depends.
Okay, good.
No, they don't want to relist. They want to sell.
There it is. That's it. They do not want to relist their home. They want to sell it so they can move to, and they really don't even want to sell their home. They want to move to Phoenix in order to be with their family. There's the motivation. Now, in order to move to Phoenix and be with their family, they need to sell their home. But as real estate agents, we're focused on getting a listing. We're coming from what's in it for me versus being focused on their motivation. Good job, Terry. I'm going to share with you my screen, and I'm going to show you a couple scripts. I'm going to show you 2 different ways of pretty much having the same conversation. Give me a second. All right. You should be looking at a screen that says Rainmaker Plus Training and Coaching. Thumbs up? Thumbs up. Cool. All right, we're going to start with what most real estate companies are teaching and what most coaches are teaching. It's this stuff down here. Man, that's a whole lot. First thing I want you to hear. If I'm going to internalize this, I'm going to have to rewrite it and bullet point it in order to give me the opportunity to internalize it. And hello, this is blank with blank group, and I noticed your property has expired on the MLS. Are you still interested in selling your home? So far, so good, right? I would say good script, no worries. Have you interviewed for an agent to represent your interest? The real estate agent in this conversation is assuming that seller wants to relist their home. All right, I would redline that and get rid of that. Do you have a reason why your home didn't sell? Great question to ask face-to-face. I want to get to yes. I want to get in the door. The purpose of the call is to get an appointment, nothing else. That question isn't necessarily going to give me an appointment. Now, have I ever asked that question? Sure, I have. You know, in my experience, Terry, when a home doesn't sell that should have, like yours, it usually comes down to one of three reasons, either price, presentation, or marketing. And just out of curiosity, which of those three do you believe is the reason your home didn't sell? There. It's in my tool belt. I can use it if I want. Are you familiar with me? Okay. Have you come across my name in the marketplace? I am the top agent in Blake County. We have a phenomenal marketing system, and I also give service second to none. I have an average days on market. Okay, you call me with that, and I've tuned you out by now. I'm like, this is just noise. I mean, all I hear is me, and me. It's like the Toby Keith song. Let's talk about you. Talk about me, whatever that song is. All right. This is a script you'll find in Scripts for Success if you get a copy of my book. Hello, blank. This is blank with blank. And I was wondering if I had a full price offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? Seller says, do you have an offer? That's a great question, and I won't know until I see your home. I just need 15 minutes to see your home so I can bring you the right buyer. Super important. Super important. Now, I immediately am going to go to, does today at 4 work or would 5 be better for you? I'm not waiting for them to answer. I'm assuming yes. So does today at 4 work or would 5 be better for you? Seller, I don't want to list my home. Agent, I understand, and I want to help you sell your home. So would today at 4 work for you or would 5 be better? So the first script or the second script, your choice. But I'm going to tell you there's a right way to do this and a wrong way to do this. And if you're focused on getting an appointment, you're focused on getting yes, the first script is the way to go. All right. I've got 1124. Raise your hand, digital hand. Don't wave at me. Like, don't laugh at me. Tay is laughing at me. That's a laughing face. I see that. Michelle is nodding her head. There's 2 people laughing at me. I love it. Carrie's going to ask me how this went, and I'm going to say, everybody laughed at me, Carrie. All right, some brave soul.
John,
Talk to me. Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. When you said, the first script that you showed us, a lot of it where you say, the agent is actually talking and pumping their own selves and, and then the second one is very direct. It's like you want to get to the yes, you want to get to the okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the simplify and the best script.
In my opinion.
And
Yeah.
Okay. No, that makes sense. I know I've always been getting scripts and I'm like, God, this is too wordy. This is too much. And I tend to eliminate things and not say everything that's on it because I just feel like it doesn't even flow when I say it. So, yeah.
Yeah, then you and I will get along really well, Michelle, because that's who I am. My friend Diana Kokoska taught me a long time ago, blah works. just as good as blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Purpose of the call, and today we're just referencing prospecting, right? As an example of good scripts that work and scripts that don't. The way I look at it, and I'm a real estate trainer and coach. If you want more information on my coaching program and how that works, just put your email in the chat and I'll send you information. If you want more information on Rainmaker Plus, that's a different group that I'm with that is additional training and coaching. We actually practice some role play scripts every day, and there's a lot of other things that are included in that. It does cost, it's $25 a month. But if you want information on that, put your email in the chat and I'll send you all the information you want. My focus is get the appointment. Don't judge away opportunity. Too many real estate agents and too many real estate coaches, and I'm not naming any companies or coaches by name, but too many of them are telling you, qualify, 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 and only meet with somebody if they're ready, willing, and able to sell their home. My position is 100% the opposite. If Michelle were to say to me, you can come over, but I'm never going to list my home, my response is awesome. Does this today at work, or would 5 tomorrow be better? If she said, I'm listing my home, I've already got an agent, I'm going to hire them 30 days from now, I'm hiring Terry. Cool. Does today 4 work, or would 5 be better for you? I'm only paying 1%. Awesome. Does today 4 work, or would 5 be better for you? Don't judge away opportunity. Don't look at the price and say these people are out of their mind and never going to get that price. They're not realistic. I'm not calling them. Call, go, get in relationship with them. Mitchell, is that a hand? Are you waving? Are you clapping?
That is a hand. I think you kind of did a pretty good job answering my question, but I was just kind of gonna get a window into like your thought process that you kind of try to stay in, like mentally. How do you stay in that yes mindset all the time when you're pursuing different real estate conversations with, I know you said you like to list, or you work with listers for the most part. But I talk about real estate with all sorts and shapes and different sizes and walks of earth. Everybody's got different wants, everybody's got different needs. How can you kind of cater that yes to each individual client?
Good question. Take a piece of paper and draw a funnel. Okay. I was looking for a copy of one where I've already done it. This notebook is just full of pictures. It's like, that's going to be simple. I just have to show the picture. Of course, I can't find it. I'll find it 30 seconds after this call is over.
Right.
All you're going to do is draw a funnel like that. Okay.
Okay.
Kind of looks like a tornado. I want you to put the number 250 in it. And then I want you to take 250 times 20%. That's 50. Now, above the funnel, I want you to write 250 times 20. I'm pretty sure that equals 5,000. Somebody can take out a calculator and multiply it, but I've had this conversation enough times. I hope I remember right. I think it's 5,000. Correct? Okay. So if you work 50 weeks, 5 days a week, you're going to work 250 days a year. Your number one job every day is lead generation. Until lead generation is done, everything else is a distraction. You're not going to stop lead generating until you've hit your goal. Your goal is to have 20 conversations a day and schedule 1 face-to-face appointment a day, whichever comes last. And working 250 days, I'm going to meet with 250 potential buyers and sellers. That's why I had you write the number 250 in that funnel. And I know that when I systematically follow up over time, and I follow up forever, because no is not a word that lives in my vocabulary. No simply means not yet. I reject rejection. I know that people will never change their mind. They'll just make a new decision based on new information. And I know that over time, Mitchell, 20% will hire me. That number may be low, but we're talking for sell-by owners, we're talking expireds, we're talking prospecting-based appointments. These are not hot leads. These are cold leads. You're following up forever with 250 people because you're meeting face-to-face every day with one person at least. It's a standard. Okay. And when you follow up forever, 20% will hire you, which means you just sold 50 homes by meeting with one person every day. So my focus every day when I start lead generation, the way I focus on yes, and the reason I don't get discouraged or start judging away opportunity is one appointment a day, John, it's your job. One appointment a day, it's your job. When you do that, you focus on serving people, bringing value to every conversation, you're going to get at least a 20% return on everybody that you meet with. It's a guarantee. By the way, that was my phone. It's a duck. If you want to know why my phone makes a quack, 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 YouTube lead generate like a duck, and you'll find out why. Mitchell, did I answer your question?
Yes, that was great, and some. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys, I've got 11:30, and that phone is my 11:30 appointment. So we got to jump. Really hope you got value today. Really, really do. And if you liked what you heard today, please come back on Wednesday. Same time, same channel, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to save the chat. So I've got quite a few emails in here. I'll send you information on Rainmaker training and coaching. And I'll also send you information on Rainmaker Plus. If you liked what you heard, share it with a friend. Tell them you got to get on this call. My mission in life is to make a difference in your life. That's it. It's to, I know that when you got your real estate license, you had a vision. And that vision wasn't to be kind of successful. That vision was to be massively successful. And whatever that means to you, I won't stop till every single person I'm coaching reaches that destination. Which means I'll never stop. If you read Simon Sinek's book, The Infinite Game, that's my just cause. And the whole idea of that is choose a destination that you can't reach. The goal is to stay in the game, not to win the game. All right, everybody, make it a great day.
Bye.